Hi guys, welcome back to Meshing About. As you might be able to tell, have done a lot of work on this texture page, um, and I've even done some test renders with a spec map and a bump map, and it's looking very good at the moment. But I'm still going to add a bit more detail to this. So I think it's been about a week since I last put up a video, and the reason why I just posted on Twitter and and YouTube, I guess, that I just had some bad news, and that isn't regarding any medical or issues with family or anything like that. It's actually about my work. So basically, unfortunately with contract work, there is a bit of how would you say? Well, there's a lot of good things about it. Like you get the standard, good pay or decent pay. All the benefits of working full time, so sick leave and annual leave and superannuation and things like that, which is good. But it does run the risk of things like how would you say, every time you start a new contract, there's always that probation period, and due to a couple of things, like we were working, I think we were doing, like, basically I started the project at Liquid and we were doing really well with props and things, and I think they sort of decided that they didn't need as many people, but we had done like a lot of props for the project that we were working on, and they put something for me to do that I hadn't had much experience in, just not like a type of work, just something within modeling that I hadn't really had much experience in, and they weren't happy, unfortunately. So I said, well, just put me on props, and due to these projects being small and them having very, very short time frames, so that the company can get the most profit from these projects, they just saw that they probably had hired too many people, and they can't really have someone do just one thing, so they unfortunately had to terminate me, which is a little bit disappointing. And obviously when I heard the news, I was really disappointed. But over the week, I guess, it actually hasn't been too bad news, because it actually will give me a chance to just take a step back from having these constant on and off projects, and I can focus on things that I want to do, which is these vlogs, the videos, the art videos that I'm still doing, but I'm rereading my scripts and going back over that. Probably definitely will go back and do some more study, because then that's, it's one thing that I can concentrate over a year, and it'll just give me a break from having to sort of get my head in a space where I'm working for a couple of months and then not working and then working again, and I think it'll just do me some good. I wouldn't be surprised excuse me, I wouldn't be surprised if they called me when things start getting a little tougher, and depending on what kind of work that is, I would accept that as well, because the company's not bad to work with. There are a lot of people that I know there, so it's good company and whatnot, but I just don't want to be doing the whole contract thing. I think it's just too much for me at the moment, and focusing on study now rather than waiting for ages for work and things like that. I can just study for a year and just do that, and not have to sort of worry about anything, which is good. So yeah, it's not much of a setback in my career, but it has halted some of the things that I wanted to do this year. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes, but that's not, it's not too bad, I guess. And plus I can look for jobs that are more like what I'm doing now, really, which is doing texture pages and things like that, which there are companies like that, but they're more in Melbourne and Sydney, not Brisbane, so it would mean travelling, but that is also not a terrible thing either, because, well, for anyone that really thinks that staying in Brisbane and wanting to do animation and stuff, it's not really going to work out unless you can get full-time employment, and even then they can, contract workers aren't the only ones that can get terminated if they don't have work. They don't have work, and they'll have to pay you out, but yeah, you can still happen to anyone, really. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're thinking about joining this industry, I guess. It is an unstable industry in this country anyway. I'm not sure how it is in America, whether it's a little more stable, which I know probably isn't. If you read the any articles about lots of companies doing layoffs at the moment, it happens, but we have to just keep on, I guess. But yeah, maybe let's end that, because the more, like, this isn't about me as such as about the art. So maybe run through some of the things I have done during that week I had off. So as you can see, there's a lot more detail in here. I did some scratches and darkened the edges so that it looks like it's got some wear into it. Not so much on these brown panels. Maybe it's a newer part, but I don't know, I'll probably end up doing that here as well. Lots of different shading on the panels, and all the panels, like on these brown panels around here, and on the white and green panels on the main body. I added some paneling here, and the paneling on the side parts of this. Nothing to the guns at the moment, they don't really need anything. I added the bounty hunter symbol on the door and did the door. And just little things really, like panels on the arms of the engine blocks, and a little more shading on the central hub part of the ship. I think last time I had already cleaned up the panels on here, like they looked like bricks, and now it doesn't look like bricks as much. I actually looked at some more pictures, and there's a bit more window detail, so I'm probably not going to paint like because in the actual model you can see inside, but I'm probably not going to do that. And then it was just really a matter of sort of adding grunge on the parts where there would be a lot of grunge build up and things like that. So around the back of the those engine thingies there, a little bit on the ship as well, and in between some of the cracks on some of the bigger parts, not so much here, and in the gun mounts as well. Yeah, so I'm just looking now at all the details from the actual model. So what I will be doing over time is adding some more. There's actually paneling here, so I'll be doing some paneling here. I'll probably try and bring the extra window parts out. I'm not sure about these. Might delete these and add actual detail that they have in the model, which is more like cylindrical ports and vents. These ones will probably stay because they're just a nice touch there. There was something else. These might need a bit of detail, like some gradients and stuff. I put gradients on these so that they're brighter at the top and then they get darker as you go down. And maybe bring back like this silver, sort of silver wash, like bring these gradients down so that it's a little less blown out. And then instead of having it a colored, like a gradient color difference, paint in some different colors to these panels and on the gun mount so that the grays aren't the same. Sort of like the white, like you probably can't see from there, but if I zoom in, oops, I don't know if you can see. Well, this is definitely a bit too blown out, but it looks good on the model, so I'm going to leave that. But here you can sort of see. Let me just change this. So in here there's the grey shadings, and the green has the same, although you can see it sort of up here a bit. So just some shading on that too, just like these brown ones here. I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, so well, I think that'll do just for today, just to catch up, really. Um, but I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I'll have to remember to do this tomorrow morning, because I'm out, I think, all Sunday afternoon. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. This will be continuing daily now, unless something really, really important comes up. So yeah, look forward to the next episodes, and I hope you have a good weekend. Alright, cheers guys.